Go ahead and start this program. Welcome. Thanks for joining me today. It is Thursday morning at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, actually 7:01 now, so thanks for being patient. We're going to talk about social media today and how it affects mind, body, and business. And I think you could, well, I'm sure out there somewhere there's a college course on the impact of social media, ramifications. I'm going to go through a couple of really brief ideas today, how social media affects your mind, your body, and your business. So let's get started. So, um, anybody today in the Western world, or really, I think over half the population of the planet has access to the internet now. I could be wrong on that, but I know it's a couple billion people out of the 7 or 8 billion people that exist. And to say that social media has been an impactful event in human history would be putting it mildly. There's definitely a feel. Everybody has some kind of a result from social media, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever. Let's talk about this today. Let's talk about the mind element. So I'm going to touch on a couple of topics today. When it comes to the benefit of your mind with social media, there are a couple of things that we can really glean from this. One is on the negative side, because I believe the internet is definitely a double-edged sword. I believe that there's good and bad, light and dark, whatever you want to put it. One of the negative things is if, and this really depends on your personal mindset. If you're the mindset that you're envious of what other people have, and you're convinced that you can't have it because somebody else already has it, whether it's money, fame, status, women, men, whatever your thing is, then you're going to be really, really struggling with the mind health of using social media. It's important to remember when it comes to Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and all the other ones. I'm going to show a chart just a second of just some of the social media platforms out there. You have to remember that people are choosing to put what is seen on social media. So very rarely are people going to volunteer the bad days and oh, here's me looking terrible. Here's me with a giant pimple on my forehead. Here's me. I haven't showered yet today, and I look like garbage. And the ironic thing is, at least to my mind, is when they do put those bad takes, if you will, it's usually just to gain sympathy. So it's an ironic thing. But if you tend towards envy and jealousy, you're going to really struggle because you're going to see everybody putting the best foot forward. Here's the house. Here's the car, here's the perfect family, here's a happy wife, here's the handsome husband, here's the well-behaved children, here's the trip to Disneyland or whatever the case might be. And the reality is, it isn't always that way. You don't see the in-between scenes. The good thing about your mind, the benefit of your mind, well, one of the things is it gives. So I used this analogy a few years ago. I was talking to somebody about. And now, again, my major sphere is martial arts, self-defense, and fitness as well. But there was a time when I started martial arts, there was a lot of mystery to it. People were convinced that there were secret death touches and secret things you can do, and there's all this mystery and people meditating under waterfalls and distant mountains. And I also remember when I got into jiu-jitsu in the mid-90s, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, there was a lot of secrecy, like people didn't want to be filmed at their academy because the competing family would use their techniques against them, and it was a thing. And again, if you're under the age of 30, you probably don't understand what the hell I'm talking about, because that doesn't make any sense to you whatsoever. And the internet is completely demystified martial arts, for example, and most other things in life too. And social media has just magnified that to the nth degree, because now I can instantly see what somebody over in Korea is doing. I can see what someone over in Cameroon is doing. I can watch somebody training in South Africa or in Thailand. And there's no mystery to it, because we know it all. The information is there. There's never been a point in time in human history where information has been more prevalent and easily accessible. So it's changed things dramatically in that regard. But on the good side of that, and that sounds bad, but it's not, because now I have information wherever I want. So if I want to see a new drill to teach Thai boxing, and I'm like, I wonder what this gym over in Phuket is doing. And I can literally go on their social media, their Instagram or their Facebook or one of the other dozens of platforms, and either watch a live stream like you're doing with me here on my channel, or I can do a video clip like, hey, here's the drill of the day, and we're doing this round kick drill, we're doing this elbow drill. Like, oh, cool! I can watch the drill, I can learn from it. I can add that to my toolbox as an instructor. So the mind part of this is it really depends on where your mindset is. If you see positive things, you will find a tremendous amount of positive benefit from social media. If you are more of a doomer, and you look for negativity, you will find a ton of it. There's people who are bullies online. They would probably be bullies in person. It's the internet has made it, social media has made it very easy to anonymously attack people. It's also created an environment where people that would never have a chance to know you, praise you, give you feedback, and really benefit your life. So it's a powerful thing. So I don't condemn the social media world. I don't glorify it either. It's a thing. It has, as like most things, it's good and bad. But if you look at it from a positive point of view, you are going to find so much good material, whether it's for inspiration, for information, for education, for entertainment. There is so much benefit from social media if you look at it the right way. So I'm excited. When I think about how social media can impact your well-being, it's powerful. And of course, there's a dark side. There always is. And I don't want to get into that. There's all kinds of stories about, there's trafficking and, depression and yada, yada, yada. But let's stay positive, Dave. So take a look at this for a minute. This is just some of the social media platforms out there. And if you're on this podcast, I have a chart, I think it was 32. YouTube, Apple TV, Amazon, Yahoo, Facebook, Spotify. I think that's Google Hangouts. WhatsApp. Gosh, guys, there's so many. So the windows of information are open all over the world to anything and everything, good and bad. But think about this. Let's think about YouTube for a minute, which has been around as of this recording. I think it's I think it's 2008, so 13. No, more like 14 years. You and people have done this. You can actually learn saleable skills by watching YouTube videos, and I've done it. I mean, now, before when I wanted to find something out, I would either just try it. Like, say I needed to fix a window in my car, and I needed to know how to take the door panel off and change the motor. Well, back in the days, if you didn't have a manual, you could go, you would just do it, and you end up breaking stuff or getting stuck. Or now I can go watch a video on how to take the door panel off. I don't know, a 2014 Ford Focus, and they will show me not only how to do it, but they'll say, hey, well, watch out, make sure you take this screw out first, otherwise you're going to have the motor's going to, all these things. You can learn how to write computer code. You can learn how to do photography. You can learn, it's incredible, the amount of stuff that you can do to enrich your mind and increase your skill set. And one of the secrets to entrepreneurial success is finding out the skills that you don't have and you build that skill, and then you stack it upon the skills you do have. So let's say it takes 5 basic skills to launch whatever business you're in, accounting, marketing, the technical skill of creating your product. But, now imagine that you can simply stack the skill for free. Go on social media. What used to be college only or books is now available. So your mind can be massively, massively enriched by using social media in the right way. All right, let's move on to the body parts. We have mind, body, business is the mantra for Harvest Coaching. Now, the body part is pretty easy because now you have access, just like I talked about before, with the skills to nutritional counseling, workout development, exercise science, sports science, injury prevention, injury rehabilitation, how to build strength, how to build stamina, how to lose weight, how to gain muscle, how to increase your vertical leap, it's incredible. the amount of things that you can learn from YouTube, from Instagram, from Facebook, from networking with other people on social media is astounding. But like the mind part, there's a downside and the downside with the body stuff is there's two. One is if you're a negative leaning individual, you're like, oh, these people are so fit and ripped, and I'm not, and I can't do it. It's too hard. That's been around forever. People with weak mentalities are going to be around, and they have to learn how to develop them. See a therapist or whatever. The other downside is there's so much information. It's really sometimes difficult to find what is legit and what is not. And obviously, like anything else, you want to follow experts that have a track record of success. And for your body stuff, let's say you want to get in shape and you want to lose 30 pounds and build some muscle if you're whatever, you want to look better. You want to find somebody who has a track record of success with people like you. If I go to a strength and conditioning coach for NFL players who are genetically athletic, or they wouldn't be in the NFL, they are probably almost certainly chemically enhanced at some level. No one wants to admit that, but that's the way it is. And, they have a job that pays them lots of money, and part of the job requirement is to be in phenomenal shape. Well, that wouldn't really relate too much to somebody who has a 50-hour-a-week job with 2 kids at home and doesn't have $6,000 a month to spend on performance-enhancing chemicals and can't have, so the workout programs and nutritional guidance from someone like that wouldn't be relevant to the average person. So you find somebody like, hey, look, who trains average guys? Let's say you're a 40-year-old guy. I need to find somebody who trains 40-year-old guys who have a busy lifestyle to lose 30 pounds. Well, that's a very specific search. And you'll find people who are very good at that. And you have to do some due diligence, make sure you don't get a quack. Or I'm a 35-year-old mom of 3 and I work part-time, so who can help me with that? And I'm going to tell you guys, so bear with me for a minute here. And this is what the social, if you're on social media, which I imagine you are if you're watching this, is absolutely overwhelmingly rife with people selling you magic potions. Drink this little thing for 4 days and you'll lose 15 pounds. Just take this pill and you're going to drop 50 pounds easy. Join my network marketing program and auto-subscribe to $200 worth of product a month and you can build a downline and be rich. And so just be aware. Let's focus on people who have actually, if you're going to work the body side and you want to do it right, find people who have actually done it holistically. They work the body, the nutrition, the physical fitness. It's not just some soccer mom who got suckered into a downline, a multi-level marketing program and is dying to sell you a bunch of crap. It may be great crap. It might be. I would just recommend you focus on somebody who has successfully helped people just like you using nutrition, exercise, recovery, etc. So for the body part, guys, social media is a great asset and a great tool if you use it correctly. Okay, again, I'm going to show you this. This is amazing. I didn't realize. I did realize there was this many social media platforms. Again, I don't know how old this graphic is. There might even be more, and I'm sure there probably is. These are probably just the ones that have a big reach. Pinterest is in there. There's some pretty cool stuff on there. So keep that in mind. And again, when it comes to the body stuff, that's one of the things I do in my profession is help people get in shape. I've worked with high-level athletes, and I've worked with soccer moms. I've worked with career dads, and I've worked with teenagers and children. And I will tell you that working with very motivated, disciplined athletes is kind of fun because they just can do everything without problems. It's probably a little more rewarding to take somebody who hasn't worked out in a while or to gain 50 pounds and they really want to get in shape. That's a pretty cool thing to give someone. Basically, you're giving someone their life back, in my opinion. All right, now, what I think is probably the most exciting part of all, how social media can affect your business. And this is, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out that this is a huge opportunity, because you can do a tremendous amount of marketing. And remember, marketing means you are getting your message out. That's what marketing is. It doesn't mean advertising necessarily. It means you are finding ways to get your message about your product or service out to people who may want to exchange their goods and services or financial resources. I'm a big free market guy. I believe in the voluntary exchange of value, currency, barter, for the free exchange of goods and services between people. I believe in that. I think it's a fundamental part of what makes us so successful in the West. I mean, is there a dark side to it? Of course, like always. But anyway, I digress. Social media. Now, yesterday, at our Harvest Coaching, we had a woman, Marissa Friedman, and she came on, and in like an hour, she gave us just an absolutely incredible amount of information on how we can use different types of social media outreaches to market, promote, to follow up, to reach out, to establish touch points with our clientele, so that you don't lose people as much. It was an incredible amount. And I'm gonna reference her in the description of this, because it was a great talk. You totally should reach out to her and her organization to get more information. And I'll be giving out some tips on that too over the next few weeks. But organically, just by posting the right things and posting frequently enough, and putting up pictures and videos and even quotes about what your product is, your service is, how it can help people, what kind of people it's designed for. So remember, your message isn't about, I have the greatest thing ever. Okay? For who? Everybody? Highly unlikely. I have the greatest thing ever for stay-at-home moms between the ages of 30 and 40. Oh, okay, now you have an audience. So, all right, well, how do you reach those moms? How do you, get the message out to them and not to, 21-year-old guys, who are not interested in your service or product? So this is the benefit of social media, is you can which of these look at this chart again. Which of these platforms is most popular with stay-at-home moms between the ages of 30 and 40? Well, a Google search will do a little. Actually, and again, Marissa gave us really cool other options for that. So you can market your product and service and make sure that you are talking to the people most likely to be interested in what you have to offer. Consequently, you can stay away from the places where there's almost no one that's going to buy your stuff, so you don't waste the time. But having said that, you really never know when you're going to reach somebody, and maybe that person doesn't want your stuff, but they know someone who does. So I'm a big fan of getting a lot of reach out there. I like to create a lot of content, and I don't even maximize that myself, and I'm going to do a better job of that myself in my business. But I really am passionate about helping people out, become healthier, building the business, becoming an entrepreneur, or being a better manager. These are the things that fire me up. So I try to do as much content as I can to help people out. And if they use my services, great. If they don't, great. I just really, really want to be able to provide value and help people get to where they want to go. That's my personal mission. All right, let's go do a quick recap. Now look at this chart again. This is crazy. Again, if you're on the podcast, I realize you can't see this, but it's like there's logos. Like there's an elephant logo. I don't even know what that is. There's logos on here that I don't know what these are for. There's Google Plus. There's Instagram. There's that's Spotify. I don't know what that one is. Amazon. God, so many. Obviously, your Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, all those standard ones. So for your mind, social media can be devastating to you if you have a crappy mindset. If you are a doomer, if you're black-pilled about life, if you are, envious, if you are a victim, if you want to claim a prize at the Victim Olympics, social media is going to be devastating for your psyche. It will give you a place to bitch and moan about how life is unfair and everybody else has got more than you and boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Nobody really wants to, do that, but that's not what I'm about. But for your mind, educate yourself, find inspiration, be informed, be entertained, get some good stuff going. So that's the mind part. Body, guys, is super, super deep in resources. Again, find the resources that are cater to what you want to do where you are. Are you in shape? Are you out of shape? Are you an athlete? Are you just someone who wants to walk around the neighborhood? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to gain weight? Do you want to be more flexible? Do you want to be better at a sport? Lots of resources. Find the link that serves you best And of course, for business, wow, what a huge world there is. So you can market your business in so many different ways. You can interact with potential customers in live time, like a live stream, like we're doing here, or you can reply to comments, or you can do surveys, or you can do information forms. You can do, oh my gosh, there's so much. You can get your message out and find the audience that's going to benefit from what you have to offer. All right, folks. Well, thanks for joining me on this Thursday morning. I'm going to wrap it up there. It's about 20 minutes in. And I don't know if the live stream worked correctly, but if it did not, I'm still recording this. You guys have an absolutely stunning, fantastic day. I'll talk to you soon.